Hello students, welcome to the Pole Science of Class 11 Arts, and today we will proceed with the remaining part of the discussion related to the chapter Local Government. In the previous class we read up to point number 8, which was in big cities of India like Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai and Bangalore, the municipal corporation look after the interests of the people. We had completed up to this point. So today we will proceed with point number 9, sorry. So let us proceed then. So in small cities like Ajmer, Saharanpur, etc., municipal committees look after the interest of the people. That means in big cities and metropolitan like Chennai, Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, etc., who looks after the municipal corporation headed by mayor looks after the people. And in small cities like Ajmer, Saharanpur, etc., municipal committees headed by the chairman look after the interest of the people. So in big cities, that is headed by municipal corporation. In smaller cities like Ajmer, Saharanpur, etc., that is looked after by municipal committees headed by the chairman. So in 1882, the Viceroy of India, Lord Ripon, created the local boards in the form of local government. So first of all, the concept of local government was created during the British time. That means when the British ruled India. So at that time only the concept of local government was created, and this was first done in the year 1882 by the Viceroy of India at that time, who was Lord Ripon. So Lord Ripon in the year 1882 created the local boards in the form of local government. That means the smaller constituent units known as the local boards in the form of local government was created by Lord Ripon, who was the Viceroy of India, and that was created in the year 1882. Remember this year. In 1992, the 73rd and 74th constitutional amendments were passed by the Parliament. So in 1992, under independent India, two amendments, that means two constitutional amendments, the amendments related or directly related to the constitution. So the 73rd and 74th constitutional amendments were passed by the Parliament. So let us read what was done under the 73rd and 74th constitutional amendments. The 73rd amendment is about rural local governments known as Panchayati Raj institutions. It is demarcated by the levels of Panchayati Raj in the Gram Panchayat, the base, Mandal, that means block as intermediary, and the Zilla Panchayat apex. So through the 73rd amendment or the 73rd constitutional amendment, rural local government known as Panchayati Raj institution was demarcated the levels of Panchayati Raj. That means for the first time through the 73rd Amendment Act, the rural local government was known as Panchayati Raj institution. That means is the village level. Clear? Where there were three levels related to the Panchayati Raj institution or Panchayati Raj. So what were these three levels? The Gram Panchayat, that means village at the base, that means the lower. Suppose one village is there, it will be the lower hierarchy, lowest at the base. Then it will come Mandal. Suppose block will be there, one block which will be in the middle, and at the higher level will be Zilla Parishad. That means Zilla means one district. So in case of one district, suppose one district is there, that will be the highest level, that will be known as Zilla Parishad or Zilla Panchayat. Under that will come one block committee, that will be second in order of hierarchy, and the lowermost hierarchy will be the village level, which will be known as Gram Panchayat. So Gram Panchayat in the lowest level at the base, then block or mandal in the intermediary middle level, and Zila Panchayat or Zila Parishad in the higher level. So this was set according to the constitutional amendments or the amendment 73rd amendment. According to that only, Panchayati Raj institution was demarcated by 3 levels. Clear? The 73rd amendment included 3-tier structure mentioned above. That means 3-tier structure means Gram Panchayat, village Panchayat at the base, block at the intermediary, and Zila Parishad or Panchayat at the upper level. So elections at every regular interval of 5 years, reservation of SCs, STs and OBCs, and 29 subject from state list in 11th schedule of constitution was transferred to Panchayati Raj institution, PRI. That means apart from making the local government into 3-tier structure, apart from making that also, what was the other decision or implementation that were done? Apart from making it 3-tier structure, elections was also fixed at regular interval of 5 years. That means in the level of the local government, election was fixed to be held after every 5 years. Then whatever the reservations was there, that reservation for that particular candidate was also there. That means the candidates belonging to the scheduled castes, the scheduled tribes and the OBCs were also reserved. Apart from that, 29 subjects from the state list, whatever the state list are there, suppose police state subject or state list we have already read in class 9 and 10. So some examples related to the state list can be of police also. So here what happened, according to the 73rd Amendment Act, 29 subjects from the state list, whatever the subjects are many, but out of that 29 subjects from state list were actually transferred to Panchayati Raj. That means to the lower level and Panchayati Raj institution. So PRI was again divided into village Panchayat, that means Gram Panchayat at the base, Mandal or block level at the middle, and Zila Panchayat or Zila Parishad at the topmost level. So 29 subjects belonging to state list were actually transferred to Panchayati Raj institution. Now coming to 74th Amendment Act, the 74th Amendment dealt with the urban local bodies or Nagar Palikas. That means the 73rd Amendment Act gave importance to the village level or the promotion and development of village level, and the 74th Amendment dealt with the urban local bodies or Nagar Palikas. Clear? That means the 73rd Amendment Act gave importance to the upgradation, welfare and development of the towns or the urban local bodies, or which is also known as Nagar Palikas. This is a repetition of the 73rd Amendment, except that it applies to the urban areas only. That means it is simple to understand that there were 2 amendments which were passed by the Parliament. The 73rd Amendment worked for the welfare, development and promotion of the village, whereas the 74th Amendment Act was passed by the Parliament in order to work for the development, welfare and promotion of the urban areas only, the towns, the cities. Sometimes the formation of local bodies is criticized on the ground not to change the way in which decisions are taken at the central and state level, and the people at the local level do not enjoy much power of choosing allocation of resources. But concluding with this chapter, sometimes whatever the decision was taken, like to form the village level or the local government, it is sometimes criticized on the ground that not to change the way in which decisions are taken by the central and state level, and the people at the local level do not enjoy much power. That means whatever the people or the Panchayati Raj institution under which the village or the Gram Panchayat is at the base, the block level is there in the middle, and the Zila Panchayat or Zila Parishad is there in the top. So the people related to all these institutions do not enjoy that much of power as it is enjoyed by the higher authorities such as central and state government. So on that particular ground also sometimes the formation of these local bodies is criticized, because the people running this local level of government do not enjoy that much of power as as compared to those who enjoys more power than these people at the higher level. So with this I will wind up today's topic related to the discussions on the chapter the local government, and please note down all the important points in your copy. Thank you.